Guys are looking for more videos and updates like this, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Today we are going to discuss about policy configuration on FortiGate Firewall. In last video also we cover the same topic, but today we are going to be more specific about policy creation. Today we are going to achieve some task and that is going to be little different. We are going to be more specific about policy creation. So let me tell you about the task what we are going to achieve. First we will allow a single host based on source IP to communicate with internet user. That could be like our WinLAN 1 or WinLAN 2. That could be any one of the source PC which we are going to allow based on source IP. That is going to be our first task. Then the second task, what we are going to do, we are going to allow our host LAN PC based on MAC address. Okay, that is our second case. And what if we want to allow one PC from our LAN 1 and one PC from our LAN 2? How we can allow based on source MAC in the single policy that we are going to see. If you remember, we used the same topology in last video. Basically, port 3, port 2 we configured as a LAN 1 and LAN 2. Port 4 is configured as a DMZ and port 1 we are using as a WAN interface or internet side. Okay. So what will be the next stop for our FortiGate firewall 192.168.33.2, and the LAN subnets we are using 10.10.0/24, 20.20.0/24, and we put two hosts in each LAN zone or in each LAN towards internet with the help of first source IP, and then we'll try with MAC, and then we'll try to communicate more than one host in a single policy towards internet. Okay, so these are our tasks. Let's start. We use the same topology in our last video. So I told you many times, when we are going to create a policy on FortiGate firewall and when we want to communicate one inside PC towards internet or towards DMZ, we want some pre-configured things. What are those things? Those are like interface configuration, DNS configuration, routing and netting. These all things are already there because we are using the same topology. So we are not going to touch these things. Only we are going to focus on policy. Okay. NAT, what we are using NAT inside the policy. So whenever we are going to create a policy, there will be a default by default a NAT enabled. I'll show you. I already showed you multiple times, but I'll show you this time as well. So let's start. Let me do one thing. Let me just try to get access of this particular FortiGate firewall. Let me see what is the IP. So system interface question mark and see, this is our FortiGate GUI IP. So let me try to access the GUI of this particular firewall, and yes, we are here. Let me log in. Admin password is 123, and after login, since we already used this particular firewall in our last video, I'm going to clean up some there is already some policies, right, we used in last video. So I'm going to delete that policies and then we'll start freshly to create policy based on our today's requirement. Okay, so I deleted two policies and I created some addresses in last video as well. I already you can say I already covered. Okay, first I have to delete this one and then I have to delete the addresses. Okay, now we'll get the option. So let me tell you, I already show you how we can create a policy based on source host, but I didn't mention there. Uh, we we achieved multiple tasks in our first video, but I didn't mention that. So I am going to quickly create a policy based on our source IP, and then we'll move on our second topic, how we can create a policy based on source MAC. Okay, system MAC. So let's do one thing. We already clear the policy and see. Right now there is only one policy, and that is by default implicit deny. So anything is going to hit on firewall, that is going to be denied right now because we don't have policy right now. Let me access the WAN window LAN 1, and we'll try to communicate this window LAN 1 to internet first. What will be the okay? So the like if we are talking about the IP assignment and that all things that we already did in our last video. So IP is already there. I'll show you. Let me yeah, we are inside the LAN 1. Let me just open LAN 2 as well. This is LAN 1. Just like give your attention here on the name. Let me just show you. See, the IP is already assigned as per our topology 10.10.10.10, and gateway is 10.10.10.100. So we don't have to worry about the IP. Let's move on, and what we are going to do in our first task, we are going to create a policy based on source IP to communicate this WinLAN 1 towards internet through our FortiGate firewall. So let's see, let's try one thing before creating the policy. Let's see if the internet connectivity is there or not. I'm going to initiate a continuous ping for global DNS, and let's see what we are getting in response. Okay, so what we are getting request timeout here. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just create a policy. So go to the policy and object section, click on create new, and you will get option to create a policy. So I'm going to give a name LAN 1 host 1 to internet, LAN 1 host 1 to internet, source IP based. You can give the name whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to just mm, do one thing. This will be better. We can identify this is LAN 1 host 1 to internet source IP based. Okay, so what will be our incoming interface if we are going to see the topology? If we are initiating any traffic from our LAN PC, LAN 1, WinLAN 1, through which interface it is going to be like first it will like what will be the ingress interface on our FortiGate firewall port 2, obviously, right? So that is going to be our incoming interface. And what will be the egress interface if we are going towards internet? So it is going to be port 1. So let's assign the ports. Okay, okay. Oh, we have the zones. Let me just clear that as well. So interface, we have created one zone, so let me just delete that zone as well. However, we can call that zone. It will help us to like take both the interfaces in a single rule. But it is, yeah, let's do one thing. Yeah, let's do the same. Let me create that particular zone LAN, and I'll put the member LAN 1 and LAN 2 both. Since we are not creating a rule based on interface, we are creating the here we are creating the rule based on source IP and source MAC, then it is definitely going to work. Okay, let's see. Go to the policy, create new policy. Going to give the name L1 H1 internet IP based. Okay, so here what will be the incoming interface? That is going to be zone LAN, which will cover port 2 and port 3 both. Okay, and what will be the outgoing interface? That is going to be our WAN plus management. What will be source? So we are creating a policy based on source IP. So here, if you are going to click plus, you will get multiple addresses. But what particular address we are looking for? We are looking for the address 10.10.10.10. So what I'll do one thing. I'll just like, let me just tell you. If you are clicking on source plus, you will get the address option. Okay, on address you will get an option to create. From here you can create a new address. Otherwise you can create from here as well. You can see on left, after firewall policy IPv4 DDoS policy, there is an option to create addresses. Let me just show you here. So I'm not going to click here right now. I'm going to create our address from here itself. Just click on address, and what will be the address? It is going to be host 1, and we are creating a subnet. And what will be the IP for that? 10.10.10.10, 10.10.10.10, and we are going to allow the single host. So I'll put /32. You can choose the interface as well, whatever you want, but right now I'm going to allow it for any interface. However, it will take the correct interface, but I'm going to give the option any. You can choose the option, like if this is belongs to zone LAN, right? You can select that, but right now I am selecting any. Just click OK and do one thing. Just add this as a source. What will be the destination? Destination will be anything, because we don't know on internet where this particular host want to go. Okay. Schedule always services. I want to allow all right now, because this is not our priority, primary task. The action is going to be allowed. It is in like flow based inspection mode, and the NAT is here. You can give attention. The NAT is already allowed inside the policy. What type of NAT? Use outgoing interface address. Okay, so I'm not going to give a detailed address of that. This is the security profile. We are going to learn about this in future. And let me just go to that particular WinLAN one. Still, it's like there is request timeout. So let me just apply this policy and let's see if it is going to work or not. So I applied this policy. To apply this policy, it's not like Palo Alto. We have to commit and push. We have to just click OK, and it will get apply automatically. Let's see. Let's see if I yes, you can see we are getting what we are getting here. We are getting response of our global DNS. Let me try one thing. Let me try Google from here, because we allowed all the things. Let me try Google from here, and let me do one thing parallelly. Let me try to ping our global DNS from LAN 2 as well. Will like is it reachable from LAN 2 as well or not? So no, still we are getting request timeout for our WinLAN 2 PC, because we allowed only one PC and one IP, that was 10.10.10.10. Okay, so I hope you got this. Let me move on LAN 1, and let me try to access Google here. See, yes, Google is reachable. Let me try to I'll open Facebook. Let's see if it is working or not. Yes, the internet is working for LAN 1. Is it working for LAN 2? Let's see. The ping responses we are not getting, but are we able to reach out to Google or not? Let's see that as well. And then we'll move on our second task. I just opened Google Chrome. Let's wait for that, and then we'll try. Okay, let me try to access Google and see. No, it's not reachable. Okay, what we will do? we'll delete this particular rule and we'll try to achieve our second task. What is that? Allow one host based on MAC address. Okay, we are going to allow one particular host and that is going to be on based on MAC address. So this first time we allowed our LAN 1 and that was on source IP based on source IP address. This time we are going to allow our LAN 2 win LAN 2 and that is going to be on our source MAC address. So let's do that let's try to achieve the second task. Yeah, let's start create new. This is going to be L2 host 2 to MAC based. Okay, what will be the incoming interface? That is going to be same. Why? Because it is coming under LAN and in LAN we put two interfaces, port 2, port 3, and both are the part of zone LAN. You can see here. So I'm putting this particular interface as the incoming. What will be the outgoing interface? WAN plus management. We are using the same interface. We are trying to reach out to same destination, right? What will be the source this time? So if we are talking about source, our target is to allow this particular LAN host based on MAC. So let me just move on that particular LAN 2 and let me do one thing. Let me just stop this config. What is the physical address for this? Are we able to see subnet default gateway? Okay, let me just run ipconfig slash all. Here we will get that particular address. Where is that? Yes, you can see here is the physical address. Okay, so we are going to create a rule, sorry, object for this physical address in our firewall. Then we'll apply that particular physical address in that particular rule. So let's move on our source. Here you can get the option to we are going to follow the same instruction. Just click on create new address and this time we are creating address for host 2 and that is going to be MAC address. Okay, so you can see there is a type. Let me just highlight that. There is a type option and right now it's selected as a subnet. I'm going to change that option. Just select device MAC. Okay, here we got the option and what we are going to allow here, the MAC address, what it is. Let me just take a snap of this. The physical address is going to be our MAC address, right? It's a 50.0.0.0.0a.0.0.0.0. Okay, so let me just allow this. Let me just type this MAC address. So in which format MAC address is going to be? At first, you have to type the same, whatever. If it is in capital letter, if it is in uppercase, lowercase, you have to type in same way. Okay. So here 50 and this is the standard format to write it down colon 0 a. Let me just match till here. Yes, 50.0.0.0.0.0 a and then 0.0.0.0 colon 0.0 colon 0.0. Okay, so this is our MAC address. Just you can match 50.0.0.0.0 a 50.0.0.0.0 a 0.0.0. Okay, if you want you can add another MAC as well, but this time we don't need. I'm just clicking on OK and here we got our another address object. Okay, so this time our source is going to be host to MAC. Okay, and what will be the destination? Destination is going to be all, services is going to be all, and it is going to be action is going to be allowed. It's inspection is flow based, firewall network option, I mean NAT is allowed. We don't need this like preserve source port or something. We don't need a security profile right now. I'm just going to select to log the all the sessions. Okay, and let's move on LAN 2, and let's start that particular continuous ping for global DNS once again. And let's see. See, still we are getting request timeout. Let me just apply this policy and let's see if it is working or not. Yes, it is working. See, we are getting response, right? Let me do one more thing. Let me just try to access Google. Yes, Google is accessible. Let me try LinkedIn here. Yes, the internet is working on our WinLAN 2 on this particular PC. Is it working on WinLAN 1 as well? Let's check. Let me try to refresh this one more time and let's see the ping. Yeah, we are getting request timeout for our ping. And also, if you are going to see, we will get request timeout like page not reachable, something error here as well because internet is not allowed on our WinLAN 1. What will be our next task? Will allow more than one host. Okay, to communicate with internet. And what we are going to do, we are going to create a address group MAC plus IP. What we have created in that particular rules, we are going to use both MAC address and IP address object as a like address group, and let's see if it is going to work or not. We'll allow one host based on IP and another host based on MAC address in the same address group. Let's see. So I believe this is clear. The second task is clear. Let's move on the third task and let me see. Like I'm also trying the first time. So let's see if it is like going to work or not. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just delete this particular rule and then we'll move. I deleted this rule, and if you are going to see, this is our WinLAN 2, and see we are getting request timeout on LAN 2 and as well as on LAN 1. So both the machines or both the host right now not reachable to internet. Let's make this happen with our third task, which is going to be IP plus MAC address group. Let's see. Let's move in address, create address group, and I'm creating MAC plus IP. Let's see what will be the member of this host 1 and host 2 MAC. See, if you are going to see the details in host 1, we have IP address, right? And in host 2, we have MAC address. Let me create this and let me go to the firewall policy one more time and let's do one thing. Just create new, allow internet for LAN, and here what we are going to allow MAC plus IP. Let's see. So what will be our incoming interface? The same LAN zone. What will be the outgoing interface? The same. We are trying to reach out to internet WAN. What will be the source right now? So we created one source, right? If you remember, we created MAC plus IP. See here, if you are going to see host 1 and host 2. What is host 1? Host 1 is IP address of this particular machine and host 2 is MAC address of this particular machine. So let me just allow this particular source, and what will be the destination? Destination will be the all the we don't know where they want to reach on internet, so it is going to be all. What will be the services? Right now it is going to be all. We can specify a specific service. The action is going to be allow inspection mode, flow mode. What is flow based and proxy based mode? Inspection mode, we'll discuss this later. Okay, NAT is already allowed. Let me just apply this. We already checked, and let's see if it is going to work or not. Yes, for LAN 1 it is working. And let me check for LAN 2. Yes, for LAN 2 also it is working. Let me just check the Google reachability. Yes, for LAN 1 it is reachable. For LAN 2, let me check once. I hope this is also going to be reachable because we got the this ping response. Okay, yes, LAN 2 is also reachable. That means what we did here, let me just tell you one more time. In first task, we allowed this particular PC based on source IP address. In second task, we allowed this PC based on the MAC address of this particular device. And in third task, we combined this particular IP address and this particular device MAC address. We combined and we created a address group, and we allowed this particular address group, and in a single rule, this is the beauty of firewall. In a single rule, this is the beauty of FortiGate. In a single rule, we are allowing two hosts, one based on IP address and another based on MAC address, and both are working fine. We already verified. So I believe it's like you guys have understand what we can, like how we can create policy, how we can specify these policies, how we can create more specific policy as per our like organization requirement. That's the thing. For now we will meet soon, and there will be like one or two more class on policy creation, and then we'll move on our next topic. So thank you, see you soon.